This is Steve Ridgel, and as most of you know, this next Sunday is Father's Day. And so I've been thinking about dads, and I want to tell you right off the bat, I was really blessed. I had a great dad, and I had a great father in law who was like a dad. And I learned a lot from those guys, so that's a real blessing. My son is an amazing dad, and I watch him and wish I'd been half the dad that he is. I could already tell I've got some grandsons that will be great fathers someday if God blesses them with a wife and children. And so I've been thinking about that. And then I even thought about well, I call them church dads, kind of like church moms we talk about. Church dads are great. They're those people that came into your life and gave you, were an example for you and gave you good advice and all those things. And so I thought I'd give you a couple of hints about what makes a great dad. Because some of you looking at this are dads, or your granddads, or your wannabe dads, or your church dads. And I thought I'd just share with you some things that really matter. Three things, especially, that I think make a great dad. Now, if you know me, some of you may be thinking, yeah, he's going to talk about how he got what you do to make sure your kids or the people you influence love the outdoors. Well, I did have dads that loved the land. It wasn't so much the hunting and fishing. They loved gardening. They loved cattle. They loved being outdoors. And I got that, and I passed that down through the generations. But that's not what makes a great man or a great dad. It's just not. What makes a great dad are these three things. And if you'll do these, you will be a great, whether it's a father figure or a literal dad or granddad. Here's what you need. Number one, follow Jesus. Oh, yeah. Be a good dad. Get my kids to follow. No, you follow Jesus. You know, I gave my two kids a lot of baggage. There were a lot of things I didn't have it together. I wasn't always the dad I wanted to be, partly because I wasn't always as faithful a Christian as I wish I'd been. But looking back, I think I'm sorry for all the baggage I gave my two. But I do always think, you know what? I gave them a lot of baggage, but I always could remind them, take all that baggage I gave you, stuff it in one big suitcase that I hope I gave you. And the big suitcase is Jesus. So I'm going to tell you, above all, if you will be faithful to Jesus, you'll be a good dad. Yeah, but I thought you'd say something about going to work every day and providing for your family. Yes, that's part of what being a Jesus person is. Being a Jesus person is doing work with integrity and honesty. It is getting resources so you can provide for your family and help others. That, of course it is, but that's not the main thing. Follow Jesus. Number two, you want to be a great dad? Pray. Pray for your kids, pray for your grandkids, pray for the people that you're a father figure to. Every morning after our Bible reading, my wife and I pray. And most of that prayer is centered around our people. In my personal prayers, I pray every day by name for counting the in-laws, for all four of my kids, for all my grandkids. I think that's important because there's a lot of things I can't do, but God can. So be a Jesus person, pray. And the third thing that I think really matters if you want to be a really good dad is time. Okay, so what do I do with my time? Do I structure games here and do I do that? No, I don't have a lot of programs or plans. You can find all sorts of advice about being a good dad. No, let me tell you what's important, whether you're a girl dad, boy dad, friend dad, whatever you are. Here's the deal. Spend time. Hang out with them. I can't tell you the number of hours we've spent watching kids in performances, concerts, ball games, church, hanging out, just spend time. We still spend time with our kids and grandkids. So if you'll do those three things, be a Jesus person, pray lots, spend time, you will be a great dad.